Hey, what's up guys? So I'm here at the Pelsee booth at CES and they've got a dash cam here on display that I've wanted to check out for quite a while. Now, the model that I wanted to take a closer look at is this right here. It's a rearview mirror style dash cam called the P12 Pro Max. Now, this dash cam has a big 12-inch display. It actually is bigger in person than I was expecting. But what's nice about it is it's actually a 4K dash cam. The front dash cam has the 4K Sony Starvis II, the IMX335 right here. And as you can see, it can kind of go up and down in different directions like this, though it's not rotatable like some other dash cams are. Then as for the rear cam, it looks like this. It's going to be kind of your like waterproof housing. We'll flip it around here so you can see the rear cam. And this uses the 2K Sony Starvis IMX335. So 4K Starvis 2, 2K Starvis. And then obviously, since it's like your rearview mirror style dash cam, you can use it as like a backup cam in addition to being just a traditional dash cam too, which I think is one of the big appeals here of this style of dash cam. Now, in order to mount the dash cam to your car, there's some connectors right here with these elastic straps that can go around your existing rearview mirror. And so it just kind of like slaps on and it's pretty easy to install. Alternatively, you can also get a mount like this, which is going to replace your existing rearview mirror altogether. You got to remove these little tabs here, and then you can just connect this directly to the windshield without connecting to your existing rearview mirror. Additionally, they've also got some ADAS features here. So for example, there's blind spot detection in case your car doesn't have that already. And it's going to be relying here on the rear cam like this. And if it senses a car in your blind spot, you can actually get a notification here on the mirror as well. Next, let's take a quick look at the parking recording. You can actually see that as we were setting up here, there's a notification that a collision was detected while the car was in parking mode. And then as far as parking modes, there's two different versions. You can either do like a time-lapse recording like this, and you can see anywhere from like 1 to 5 FPS. Additionally, you also have the option for collision detection as well, and you can adjust the sensitivity here of the dash cam. So let's go ahead and just have it running here, for example, in collision detection. And then to switch it to parking mode, we're just going to disconnect the ACC wire, just kind of simulate like the engine turning off. And one thing I like is the battery draw is actually really, really low when the dash cam is here in idle. So this is going to be a non-buffered parking recording, right? That's one of the reasons why the power draw is so low, is because it's kind of like in a sleep state. Now we can go ahead and test how long it takes to wake up. Let's go ahead and simulate an impact. So if you want to whack the dash cam for me. Boom. Okay. It takes about 10 seconds or so to wake up and begin recording, which actually is quite a while. I would love to see like faster startup times and recording times in case of a hit and run. You can see we're up and running, and then boom. Okay. Closer to 12 seconds. I don't know if my timer here is exactly right, but as you can see, it took a little while. So in case of a hit and run, for example, it's very likely that maybe this dash cam would miss recording whatever happened. And so for that reason, they do have another parking mode. So let's go ahead and kind of turn the car back on. We'll connect our ACC wire. And then when we do that, it's going to switch back into driving mode. And now that we're back up and running, you can see it actually says a collision has been detected in parking mode, which is good to see that indication. That way you can go in and check the memory card and see kind of what happened with the car while you were gone. Now, if we go over here into the settings, we can also go over to time-lapse recording. And if we turn this one on, now when we are in driving mode and we switch to parking mode, it's going to switch over to time-lapse recording. So you can see right there, it says time-lapse recording is going to begin. And they've got a demo going on here in the dark room where basically we can't really see much with the eye, but with the night vision, I guess, because it can do longer exposures here, you can see kind of like what's on the road or on the wall there, even though it's, you know, hard to see with the naked eye. And of course, when it's recording in time-lapse like this, you can see this is actually going to give you the ability to record the whole time. So in case something happens, whether it's collision or somebody keys your car, you are going to be able to record it here with the time-lapse mode. You can see it is drawing power, and it kind of goes up and down depending on if the screen is on. But with this mode, this is going to be the way to actually record everything going on around the car. Video only, of course, no audio because it's time-lapse, compared to something like collision detection. Now, Pelsee also has a number of other models on display here. A lot of these are advertised as 4K, but they're not actually 4K dash cams, which is why I kind of wanted to focus on the P12 Pro Max. For example, here's the regular P12 Pro, and if you take a look as far as the sensors, it just says it uses generic sensors. It's not going to be like an IMX678 or anything, and it's not actually going to be a 4K dash cam. Similarly, here's another model. This is the S12 Pro, and this one advertised as 4K, but if you take a look at the image sensors, it says it's the Sony IMX635 front and rear. That is a 2K Starvis 2 sensor, not 4K. Same thing here with the P1 Pro. This is like a more traditional style dash cam, got the LCD on the back, and if you take a look here, it says it's 4K here, 3840 by 2160, but it uses the same Sony IMX675. The same applies here with this dash cam here. It's a 2-channel dash cam, and if we take a look at the specs, it's called the P1 Duo. 4K here, but uses just a generic, unnamed, undisclosed sensor. And lastly, this model here with the touchscreen display like this. This is called the S3 Touch. 4K, but uses a Sony IMX335. And so really their only real 4K model here on display is going to be the P12 Pro Max, which is kind of why I wanted to focus on it here for the video. Now, we actually had quite a bit of discussion here as far as how much of this we wanted to share at the video. Obviously, it's kind of uncomfortable for manufacturers if I kind of talk about this stuff, but I think it's important for you guys to know the truth as far as whether it's real 4K or not. Now, this is a really common practice, and almost every dashcam manufacturer does this, right? And I understand why they have to do it to compete, keep the price points low. They do the interpolation to stretch lower res image sensors, and almost every dashcam company does this. Not all of them, but a lot of them do. And one thing that I actually really like that Pelsee had to share is moving forward for 2026, they're going to be revamping their entire lineup to make them all real 4K dashcams. And I think that's a really good sign. I've spoken with a lot of companies, and that's rare. I can't remember the last time a company said, you know what? You're right. We want to make sure that we offer our customers real 4K. So I'm really happy to see that from Pelsee. They don't have any other prototypes that they're developing here on display at the show, but they did say that moving forward, we can expect them to see actually using real 8 megapixel 4K sensors across their whole lineup moving forward. So while this is their only real 4K display or dashcam here on display at the show, I'm actually really excited to see that moving forward, things are going to be getting much more honest and upfront with people. So if you buy a 4K dashcam from Pelsee, moving forward after their current lineup, we should expect the fact that those are actually going to be fake 4K dashcams. So great job, Pelsee. I'm happy to see that. So with that said, thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos here from CES, from dashcams, and from all the other cool stuff that's just here on display at the show as well. Thanks again for watching. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you in the next one.